Hello and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Wednesday, the 3rd of February 2021. In the news, in the UK, Captain Sir Tom Moore has passed away at the grand old age of 100. I would like to say that he has done a great service by focusing people's ideas about old people and about the NHS, etc., etc., and about people dying, since he was just diagnosed with COVID a few days ago also. It's very difficult, it seems, for human beings to understand numbers. When when we talk about thousands and hundreds of thousands of people dying and something like that, it's very difficult for people to really understand what that means. Sometimes if you can visualize one person and have some empathy or identify with that person, I think that that can help. And so he did a great service, I think, in making people understand various issues, really, about the fact that even the elderly can create inspiration amongst younger people, and I think a thank you to him would be a good idea at this point in time. And so today's Guardian is a medium level puzzle. Today's Sudoku puzzle, rather, is a medium level puzzle, and that's what we're going to look at now. And let's see how we begin. Usually medium level puzzles are okay for beginners to attempt as well, I think. So the first thing I notice is the 3 coming across here blocking this square, and the 3 in this row blocking these 2 squares, meaning that within this segment here only a 3 can appear. Hope you understood that. If you didn't, basic rules of Sudoku are this: each segment in each of these 9 segments must contain numbers 1 to 9. There are only 9 squares, so that means they must appear once only. Each column and each row must also have numbers 1 to 9 in each of their squares, and there are 9. So that's it. It's a game of 9s, really, but it's not about maths. It's only about logic. No maths is involved whatsoever. That's an important thing to remember. And so we find numbers usually by a process of elimination. For example, I can see that 1 is blocking this square here, and 4 is blocking this square here, and there are 3 numbers to go in this segment. Since 1 and 4 are missing from here, 1 and 4 will have to appear here and here. Do you agree? So whatever number is left, oh, excuse the motorbike, whichever number is left has to be the one here. So if we imagine 1 is here or here, 2, 3, 4 is here or here, 5, 6, oh, there's no 7. We have 8 and 9, so 7 must be the number that we put in there. And that's how we play the game. Okay, and we just look around and look for numbers that are fairly easy to see at the beginning stage. So for example, this 2 cuts across this row here, and this 2 cuts across this row here. There's also a 2 in this column, so if you bring that 2 down, you'll see there's no 2 can appear here. And if you bring this 2 up, there are no 2s here. So blocked, 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 and blocked. Right in the center of the grid, central square, it has to be a 2. Okay, and just keep looking around, looking around. This 7 in this column here, and this 7 in this column here, block in this segment these 2 squares and these 2 squares, meaning that 7 has to appear here, like so. In this column here, 6 is blocked. There is no 6 in this column, right? So we need all the numbers 1 to 9 in this column. 6 is blocking this square here. 6 is blocking this square here, meaning that a 6 will have to appear here because we don't have a 6 yet. There are 2 missing numbers here, 3 and 9, but we can't tell which is which for the moment. Now, many players will immediately write in those candidates, and you can do that if you want to, or you could wait a bit. I tend to just wait until I've done all of the easy ones before I start filling in any candidates, in most cases, unless I know it's going to be a really difficult puzzle. If it's an expert level puzzle or something, I don't waste time and I start writing the candidates in immediately. But this is more of a mid-range level puzzle, and so I think we can just continue for a while. Okay. I do see lots of pairs that I can be filling in, so but as I said, I prefer not to do that just yet. Well, maybe I'm going to be forced to, because I can't spot any easy ones anymore, really easy ones, and so I think I'm going to have to fill in some pairs. So let's start with the easiest ones to fill in. We know already in this segment that 1 and 4 are missing, and so we can write 1, 4 like so. We also know in this column 1, 2, 3 is missing, 4, 5, 6 and 9. 3 and 9 are the missing numbers in this column, so we'll write those in there. It means that 3, 9 definitely can't appear anywhere else, and also no other numbers can appear in these 2 squares apart from 3 or 9. So that means 1 is missing from here. When we consider this 1 across this row, we know that the candidates 1 have to appear there and there. And down here, candidates 1 and 1 have to appear here also. Got that? Because this one extends across this row, and this one is either here or here, meaning this row can't contain any more 1s, and so we're going to have 1 or 1 here. Now we should also notice something else. Just bear it in mind, I think, rather than filling the numbers, but I notice since these ones are blocked and there's no 1 here, 1 is going to appear in one of these 3 left-hand column squares here, cells in that segment there, but I'm not going to fill it in for the moment. I'm just going to leave it and come back to it later. Now this 4 blocks this square from being a 4, but we don't have a 4 here, so we can fill that in as a pair either here or here, and it's in a straight line, right? So this straight line we can bring down this column, and we know 4 is going to block this already, so 4 is blocking here. So we also can put in a pair of 4s here like this. I hope you're understanding the logic if you're a new player. If you've played a few games already, you should already know this kind of logic. We can see that 6, when we bring this 6 across this row, and remember this square is eliminated already, so 6 can appear either here or here. So we'll fill that in there. What number are we missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's 5 that we don't have. Are there any ways of finding a 5 here? Not at this stage. I do spot a pair of 5s along here. I can see this 5 is going to block these 2 squares, so there will be a pair of 5s here. But that just means 5 could appear in any of these squares, and so that's not very helpful right at the moment. So I'm just going to leave that for the moment. But I will remember that this segment does not have all the numbers yet. I have to remember that, otherwise if I think that it has, I might make a mistake later on. This column here has a 7 blocking this square and a 7 blocking this square. Do you see it right in there? No 7 can appear here or here, and there's also one here, and this column is without 7, so let's fulfill it. There are a pair of 7s actually in these two squares. If you extend these two 7s across, you'll see that 7s have to fit there and there. Okay. Still looking around for anything that's nice and easy. There are a pair of 8s here. Okay, 8 is blocking this column here, so we'll put in a pair of 8s here and here. We already have our 8 down here, so that won't make much difference. 8s across this row and this row. Okay, this 8 here and this 8 here, and this 8 in this column means that 8 is a pair here and here. Okay, 9 across this top part here blocks this square, so we have a pair of 9s here and here. Now they're not in a row or in the same row or in the same column, but that's okay. It's still a pair of numbers, and it's still going to prove to be useful later. Of course, what I should do next is obvious. So probably you're shouting at the screen already. Do that, do that. But here we have 1 across this row, and we have a 1 and 4 blocking this row, meaning that 1 is a pair here and here. Got that? 1 and 4 here, 1 and 4 here, blocking these two squares, and 1 blocking these two squares. So that's a 1, and that means that 7 and 1 have to appear here, and we know that 8 is missing in this row already. All right, there's no 8 here, but 8 is blocking this square. 8 can't appear here or here, and so our 8 can go in here like so. Now it's important to remove the candidate. Erase if you're using a pencil, cross it out if you're using a pen like I am. You'll erase the candidate so you don't accidentally fill it in again, which I have done. Okay, that also gives us a pair of 8s over here, so if we bring the 8 across, here, we've got a pair of 8s down here, and we also can tell what this number is because there is only one number missing from this row. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a 9 that's missing, so we'll fill that in now. And guess what? Previously we had a pair of 9s in this box up here. We now know that that cannot exist. There can be no 9 there. 9 will have to appear there, and look carefully, we are overwriting a 4. That's a funny looking 9. So we can put in the 4, and there's only one number missing here now, which is a 1. When we bring that 1 down, we'll see that there was a pair of 1s here. There were a pair of 1s here. Was a pair of 1s here, I should say, and the 1 should appear there. Remember to remove candidate 1 there. Be careful. Remember, we don't have all of the numbers here yet, so we can't just assume that that's a 6 and that's a 5. We do not have all of the numbers here yet. In fact, let's see, 1, 2, 6. Okay, just for safety's sake, I'm going to put in the missing 5 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to put in 5, and you'll notice that when I put in 5, I'm going to put it in the bottom right hand corner because that's my technique. All numbers that are exclusively only pairs I put in the top left of a square. When a number can appear in more than 2 positions, I put it in the bottom right, and that tells me it's not a pair within that segment. And the missing number here is 6. That is a pair, of course, so I can just put 6 here and here. Okay, so we did some stuff there. 9 now, this 9 that we filled in across here, let's eliminate that row. This row is eliminated. There's a 9 blocking here, 9 blocking here. Only one position a 9 can go. It has to go there, like so. We can fill this pair of 7s in here. 7 comes across this row, 7 comes across here. So we know that a pair of 7s goes there. Back over here, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, do we have 5? No, 6. No, not so helpful. 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we have 9 in this row already, and we have a 9 blocking here. Remember, these two squares are already out of play, so a 9 is going to have to appear here. And when we bring both of these 9s down, we'll see this column and this column are blocked, leaving only one location for a 9, which is there. Remember, we had a pair of 3 and 9 here. We can fill that in now immediately with 3, and that has to be 9. Like so. So we've completed a column here already, which is quite good. And we can certainly find the other missing number from this row here, because we have one of them and there are only 2 numbers missing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the other missing number here. And we see that 5 is blocking this square here, so that will be 5, and that will be 1. Now that we know that we've just filled in a 5, we can bring it up this column. There is a 5 bringing this column up this column, and there's a 5 across the central row. So we can fill in a pair of 5 candidates here and here. Okay, if anything else is going on. Okay, along this column, you notice how we go backwards and forwards around the grid. I think for learners, sometimes they get stuck in one area for quite a long time, and this is not helpful. Really, it will just give you a headache. So in this, moving back over here, in this column here, you'll notice the 2 missing numbers are 8 and 5. 8, we know, is a possibility here, but we can see that 5 definitely can't come here anyway. There's no 5 here, but it's blocked here. So that's not going to be an 8, that's going to be a 5. And there is, of course, only one remaining number, which is 8. Goes there. We had a pair of 5 and 8. Oh, we had a pair of 8s here, sorry. So we can fill in that 8 here. Now we've done this 5. This 5 here cannot exist. It must be 6. So 5 is there. We bring that 5 down, and we see that it can't be here or here. There's only one possible place for 5. We are overwriting a 6. So 6 must be here. The last square is a 4. That means that 4 is a pair along here and here now. 5 is going to be a pair up here, right? This 5 blocks these 2 squares now. So 5 is going to be a pair here and here. Okay, and continue. We should be able to get this number because we already know that 1 and 4 is a pair here. So let's see what we're missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the missing number. So let's fill that in right now. Numbers that we just fill in, they're useful to, it's useful to look at the number we just filled in and see if it helps us around the grid. So this 6, if we extend it up this column, we'll see that that forces us to be in this right-hand column here. 6 is blocking this square. So we do have a pair of 6s here and here, like this. I would say this is a medium level puzzle actually. Quite often I think there's a bit of a difference between the medium level and the hard level, and sorry, a little difference between the easy and the medium level puzzles in the Guardian, but I would say this is probably a medium level puzzle. Okay, certainly we've got a lot of numbers that we can solve right now when we notice that this 8 can extend across this row, this 8 can extend across this row, so blocking 8's here, blocking 8's here, meaning it will have to appear here or here, right? And we know that it can't appear here because of this 8. So 8 blocking here, 8 blocking here, 8 blocking here. 8 must go here, and notice that we overwrite the 7. So 7 was a pair, so we fill its partner in here, 7, and we're overwriting a 5, and the 5 goes in here. If you remember earlier on, I told you to remember that 1 is blocking this square here, and 1 is blocking this square here, meaning that must be a 1 because we don't have a 1 in this column. Now we can see that we don't have a 4 in this column. We are allowed a 4. This 4 is blocking here. We had a pair. I'll just remove that candidate 4 as I fill in 4 from here. There is one number missing. The missing number is 2, I believe. Okay. Yep, we don't have a 2, so we'll fill that in now. Now that we just filled in that 2, let's bring it across here and realize that that is a pair here and here, pair of 2s. And let's continue. Okay, 6 is a pair. 6 blocks these 2 here, so 6 can appear here and here. 2, when we extend the 2 up, there's no 2, still no 2 here, it's going to be here and here. So we can find out the missing numbers here. The missing numbers are 3 and 4. Okay, we have 1, 2, we don't have 3, we don't have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have, so 3 and 4 are missing. 4 is blocking it from appearing here, and so 4 will go here, 3 will go here. The 3 we just filled in, let's bring that across back, swing back left again, like two-party political systems, swing left, swing right, or never very left, and never, hopefully never too right, although in America they begin way on the right. 3 across here, 3 across here, so that means we have a pair of 3s up here. Excuse me, the industrial noise has started again. Oh dear. Back down here, what's missing? 1, 2, do we have 3? No. Okay, so we can see this 3 blocks this square from being 3, so 3 will have to be a pair here or here. Noise plus traffic noise, oh dear. Oh, this 1 that we filled in before, I forgot, look. This 1 that we filled in. As I said to you, when you fill in a number, you should really look around. I'm going great guns here, so I haven't had a chance to notice it yet, but this 1 blocks this 1 here, which is a pair, so that will be a 4 now, and that will be a 1. Okay, now in this column, do we have an 8? No, we don't. We have 6, 2 as a pair, must be. We don't have an 8, and we know that 8 was a pair here or here, meaning this 8 was blocking a square from appearing here. So that will be an 8. That has to be a 3, that's the last number. The missing number here is 7, so we can fill that in now. When we bring that 7 across, if you can still hear me above the traffic, above the industrial noise, 7 will be there because this 7 blocks this row. The missing number here, 1 is 3, here and here. Okay. Right, where are we now? Let's see. Oh, this 6 means that there can't be a 6 here, of course. I'm not sure if I filled that in by mistake earlier or if I've filled that number 6 in since that time. But anyway, whatever. Nothing serious has happened. And remember, Sudoku is only a game. Nothing to commit insurrection for or murder or anything terrible like that. The missing number here now is 2. You can check that out. 2's along here, 2's along here. We are overwriting a 6, so let's fill in its partner here. The 2 that we just filled in, let's bring it down and eliminate the 2 here, meaning that the 2 must go here, and of course that's a 7 left. 7, let's bring it up. We had a pair of 7s and 1s. The 7 is here, the 1 is here. There is one number missing along here now. It's going to be the 5. We don't have a 5 in this row. Let's bring the 5 down. Down here, remember, 5 and 3. That 5 must be there, 3 must be there. Bring the 3 up. 3 is there. There's only one remaining number, which is 1. And our medium level puzzle for the 3rd of February is complete. Okay. Hope the noise hasn't spotted the end of it there, but usually if you're getting towards the end you can see what's going to happen anyway. The easy bit is right at the end. Sometimes in Sudoku you get stuck in the middle for ages, and then you find one number and everything is hunky-dory after that time. That's it for Wednesday. See you again tomorrow. Thank you very much.